Guys, welcome back to Corky Gachas, and in this video we're going to touch on the huge, massive balance update that is going to come this week, and it's going to affect everyone in a massive way. Let's dive right in. So right here you can see on my screen, it's the Pritwin website, and once again I've mentioned multiple times that this is a great resource for Eversoul news, right? And this time around they have told us that the Korean site has released this balance update that is bound for the game for this week, and it's coming really soon, right? I thought it would be like in 2 weeks time, but it's this week, so it probably will come with the event itself, and I'm going to tell you why this is very important and will affect you guys. So maybe you guys would think that, hey, Corky Gachas, I saw this update, right? I saw this news itself. It doesn't have any units that I'm going to use, right? How is that going to affect me, right? Except for maybe Lindsay, if you guys use Lindsay, right? And maybe 1 or 2 units that you really use. But how it's going to affect you is because these units are not just going to be buffed for you, they are going to be buffed for all the enemies that you face in the battlefront. What this means is that if you don't use any of these units, technically all your units got nerfed in some way, right? Because you're unable to clear the stages as easily as before. So this is why it's going to affect you in a massive way. Although you can't really control it, you have to like be updated with the news itself to know what are some changes and how you're going to counter these units moving forward. So with that out of the way, let's go straight into the balance patch itself, and we see the first unit that we have is being changed as Flynn. Like we've seen on the tier list video that I've released previously, and also from this Pritwin website, right? Flynn is a very underused unit that is on the bottom tier, but with this update, what has changed is that Flynn has received a couple buffs, and with that, it comes from the first skill. The duration has been changed from 10 to 12 seconds, and then last upgrade has been changed whereby Flynn would remove the buffs from herself, but now she will be immune to status effects. So not only does the duration increase, and if you guys don't know what this skill does, right? Basically, it causes Flynn to do extra damage, and also her speed would increase, right? So animations would increase accordingly. So that would mean that she's able to attack faster, she's able to generate mana faster, and with this upgrade itself on the second one, which comes on level 181 if I'm not wrong, she will be immune to status effects. So uptime is definitely going to increase, right? Because if you have a longer period whereby you are generating more mana, higher speed, you're generating more mana, right? Accordingly, you are going to have a higher uptime. This is also compounded by the fact that second skill gives Flynn more mana after hitting an enemy. So this kit has been, Flynn's kit has been buffed to make it such that she's going to generate a lot of mana, and then she's going to have a lot of uptime, and this uptime is going to make her immune to status effects and do extra damage. So this is a buff on her kit, and then I'm not sure how good it's going to make her, but yeah, we shall see, because there are a couple of beast buffs, so maybe beast would be a good ratio or good fraction coming up. So next one is another beast unit, is Sunni. So Sunni has this upgraded on its shield, the first skill itself, so base from 16, 18, 18, 20, 20, 22, right? So all this is all good and dandy, but the main thing is that upgrade 2 now gives Sunni a 30% physical magic resist buff for 12 seconds. So physical magic resist, although I don't know the exact formula, right? But you can think of it this way. So if you have defense, you can be like ignore defense will have effect on you, something like the Memphis skill, right? Something like the Nicole skill. However, if you have physical magical resist, it's not able to be removed by ignore defense. So this is somewhat similar or exactly the same as Dora's effect, which makes her so much more annoying, right? Even if you have Memphis, you find it quite hard to defeat her, and that's the reason why. So Sunni has a huge buff here, but it's at level 181, so maybe Beast it's a late game race from what I'm seeing right now. So next one is the duration attack buff increase. Okay, it's just a baseline increase, and then the attack buff has been moved to upgrade 2 to upgrade 1. So upgrade 2 to upgrade 1 really depends on whether it is the what level, right? So meaning that it's just going to get the upgrade at a lower level, so you're able to use it earlier. That's what it basically means. Depending on the skill, you're going to get it earlier regardless. So next is another beast upgrade. So it's Mika and Siha. So this combo itself, people have said that it's very good, but now they are making it even better. So the pattern itself has been changed, so they will use the mic check and stroke, which is the combo moves, right? So a lot more, and then it's going to buff the effectiveness of their synergy, soprano harmony, alto harmony, right? So this is the passive whereby, once again, like I mentioned, instead of having defense, you are now going to have physical and magical resist, which cannot be ignored by ignore defense. So that's how I interpret it. I don't exactly know the formulas, and I've searched for the formula, I can't really find it. So until someone gives an exact formula, right, we wouldn't know whether this is a significant buff, but it should be a buff regardless, since they're changing it this way. And next we have Clara. you should not steal. Basically, the move that goes into battle and then it knocks someone down, stuns them, right? Now they remove the pushback effect. Previously, it has the pushback effect, which I also mentioned that it's quite good for compressing the opponent's lineup. But what I forgot to mention is that, yeah, Clara does chase after the target. So it might walk in front of the tanks such as Chloe, and then it will take target, it will take focus fire and die. So that's why they decided to remove it. Okay, so it's a buff that way. Lindsay, okay, our girl Lindsay has been buffed, and stun up effect has been moved from upgrade 2 to upgrade 1. So now it gets the stun much earlier instead of having it at level 81, right? Going to get it much earlier, probably around level 121 if I'm not wrong. So yeah, very good upgrade. Stun in fact for 2 seconds if I'm not wrong. So decent upgrade. I guess Lindsay's been underplayed, and Rennie here, I've mentioned it's a piece of shit previously. Someone mentioned in the comment section after did a tier list that Rennie actually have evasion, right? But I don't even feel that Rennie have evasion because it's so insignificant, and I guess the devs thought the same as well. Rennie's evasion has been buffed up, attack buff has been also buffed up, right? So it's just straight scaling, nothing really changes. Mana reduction from 800 to 100 or 1200 for the base version. Yeah, so this one is just a straight upgrade, and then stun effect like Lindsay move up, so you're able to use its effect more effectively at a earlier level, but overall it's still the same, and then stun duration increased to 4 seconds, so that's pretty significant, 4 seconds. But I'm not sure if this would still make her relevant. I feel like the evasion itself is still not that good. Yeah, and then Irusha is no one's really talking about Irusha, and mana recovery, all this that I've seen, right, is just straight up buffs. It's not really anything except for this Indra's Radiant Sphere, right, whereby attack pattern has been changed, so she uses this skill with higher priority. This might change and help to buff it, but overall, I'm not sure if people are still going to play her. Yeah, this is quite sus. Next is Nini, or rather the last one is Nini, right? So Nini increases the range of her normal attacks from 5 meters to 7 meters, so it's able to avoid a bit more of the focus fire. It's able to attack from a longer range, and also her Yin Yang Pa Gua Zhang is going to have a range increase from 6.5 meters to 11 meters. So it's this main skill whereby she does in AoE in a straight line. So now it's going to reach your backline. Previously it doesn't really reach your backline, but now it's going to affect your backline. So that's a decent buff, I guess. And that's all the balance changes that's going to come with the update this week. Definitely leave a comment in the comment section below which ones of this unit's balance changes you're most excited for. Personally, I feel like the Sunni update is pretty sick. And then also I'm still not a fan of Flynn, I guess, but yeah, maybe the meta would change, who knows, right? But Beast mode, rather Beast faction, seems to be super good moving into the late game. Physical magic resist is quite OP, and then Mika Sika also got a Siha also got a buff. Clara technically got a buff, so everything seems to be going well for the Beast faction, but we will wait and see whether this really does shape out the meta. Now, while the balance update is really important because you need to know which units are good and bad, another important thing is to know whether you should save your Everstones, right? So definitely check out this video here where I touch on the pros and cons of saving Everstones. I'll see you guys over there. This is Corky Gachas signing off.